What's good? Back at y'all again today, talking about the first Purge, but not only just that, all the other Purge movies, and I'll also be giving my thoughts on what's wrong with the Purge movies, as a whole. Um, First of all, the first Purge movie was more or less a home invasion. Y'all remember that? It was some cool little actors. They had whatever little scenes here and there, but it was a basic, normal ass movie. Good idea. Great idea. Very basic, straightforward idea. Crime is legal for 12 hours, one day out the year. Very straightforward, easy to understand, and good for this genre and this type of movie. That was a great, smart idea. But the first one, like I said, was just about a home invasion surrounding this one family. Really didn't have anything to do with the purge outside of that. The second was more of an escort. You know what I mean? It really wasn't too much to the second one besides trying to escort a family across town and some other BS, but and a revenge, I guess you could say. But it really didn't have anything to do with the purge. And the third one was about a stupid ass election and more or less a chase. You know what I mean? They were chasing this politician or something the whole movie. You know what I mean? But still, again, not really about the purge. This one, I guess, the first purge, the one that just came out, is supposed to be about when the purge first was initiated and how it got started and the first day and all this shit. So this movie basically surrounds this cowardly lion of a man boy who was wanting to purge because he was getting bullied and didn't fight back. So he got a gun and was so tough and all this and all that. And he was going out to purge, but he didn't. And for some reason, the government gave everybody these cameras in the form of eye contacts they could put in their eyes. So everybody had this weird eye contact look through the whole where their eyes were like glowing. So yeah, he had his contacts in, all tough and shit, goes out there and supposed to pull the trigger, but he didn't. Ran away with the gun. Calls his sister. His sister is a feminist type character. I really don't understand why they would put her in the lead. I understand wanting to put a black female feminist in the lead of a movie right now because that's really popular right now. But you got to understand your demographics. Whoever making these purge movies, you're going to feed this demographic to young males 18 to 35, pretty much, who is you trying to want to go see this movie. Why do you think young males 18 to 35 want to go to see a violent movie and have a strong female feminist as the lead? That's who is doing this. Like, do you guys understand casting and who you're trying to sell this movie to? I understand trying to expand your horizons and get a wide audience. So that means you can have a character in a movie like that, but you can't have that character as your lead that you're trying to feed to the audience because your audience is not going to accept that. Just me. I'm just a movie reviewer. What do I know? Anyway, also in this movie, they basically told you that the government wanted the poor people to kill the other poor people because it's too much. They don't want to pay the taxes and blah blah blah. Government shit. And when the poor people didn't kill each other, they basically sent in troops and had them do the killing for them. Now, somewhere along the way, we had this drug dealer guy who was poisoning the community with his drugs and his guns and his crime that he was doing. All of a sudden, want to save the community and turn it to Rambo, and then run into burning buildings and shit. And shooting guns and doing all this martial arts and all this and all that. And he wants to save the day and be the hero now instead of being a drug dealer criminal that he was. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on that. So the end of the movie really makes no sense. Nothing really happens. Nothing really substantial occurs in this whole movie. I mean, it's just like you're sitting there. It's almost like a punishment watching this movie, actually. You're 45 minutes into this movie, maybe, before you even get a killing. I think the first Purge, I was trying to time it, but then I lost track after I got past 30 minutes. So you're 30 minutes into a rated R Purge movie and you're barely getting to the first kill. That just shows you right there what type of bullshit we have to deal with. So my problem with the whole Purge movies as a whole, if you notice the way I talked about the first three movies, about being a chase and one being a home invasion and one being an escort mission and things like that, notice it's never anything to do with the Purge, the actual Purge. Now, I know that they put cool shit in the trailer and try to give you what you really want to see in the trailer, but then when you go see the movie, they try to do all this backstory, heart and soul shit, which you can do a little bit of, but at the same time, you don't never get to the story content of what your title is. The actual Purge and the killing and the gore and all the violence and stuff you see is just in the trailer. It's never in your movies. And your movies are supposed to be about that. I'm not saying it has to be all about that, but you need to go up to about 75%. I want to see people go out and do exactly what the title says. It seems like in your movies, you give me all this talking and heart and soul and feelings and emotional and all this other bullshit, and then as a back note, as a side story, you're like, oh well, let's shoot somebody, let's stab somebody, and then let's get back to the heart and soul and the talking and, oh I love you, and oh let's go hide, and or can you take me to the airport, and all that other dumb shit, and then oh there's somebody, let's just stab them right quick, and then let's get back to the talking. You see what I mean? So it's never really about the violent shit you see in the trailer. That's a side note and an afterthought in the movie. So I think that's their problem. It's the same problem that Walking Dead has, the same problem that a lot of these shows have and movies has, is you don't even have zombies in Walking Dead no more. The zombies are an afterthought. That's why I stopped watching the show. And that's why I start hating these movies right after I seen the first one, because it's never about the purge. They Hollywooded it up. They let them producers get in there and put in their 2 cents. And then now it's completely about a feminist agenda, some SJW bullshit. Oh, let's kill somebody on the side. So that's my problem with the purges. Why you even give them a rated R? You might as well go PG with this bullshit you're giving us. I mean, yeah, that's my complete problem with the purges. They rated R. They're supposed to be about something, but they're really not. It's just complete waste of time. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in a comment section below. You think I'm just over the top and I'm out of my mind and you love these movies? Or do you feel like me? Do you feel like they need to actually look at the title of their movies and then maintain that throughout the whole movie while they're making it, and stop giving us all this other bullshit and backstory and get to the damn purge? Anyway, y'all, catch your ass out here in this universe. Peace.
Stay strong, now. I'm coming.